Hello, my dear students. So, today we will be discussing the bioenergetics topic. And bioenergetic means how the energy, in case of our nature, is traveling from one particular form to another particular form in nature through different biological processes. We will be going to see how this system from plants to animals and again to the mother nature it is traveling with respect to energy, how this energy transform is occurring. So starting with this, just one thing, this bioenergetics, it is related with two major chapters. One is photosynthesis and second is the respiration. So firstly we will be completing the photosynthesis with respect to your boards and as well as your NEET syllabuses, because this is for both important, very much important for your boards and as well as for your competitive syllabuses. And almost you can expect 4 to 6 questions from this part, both combining from this. So 4 to 6 question means almost per question in need it almost carry 4 marks. So 6 question is almost 24. But and apart from this, these two topics are very much important for different competitive exams. These are important for your boards as well as different competitive exam. Except your like not only for this need, for KVPY, for AIEE, that is the agricultural exams, and even for different other exams as well. So we will be going for in detail knowing this parts, this photosynthesis and as well as this respiration. So introducing myself Saurav Kundu, MSc Biochemistry and internship completed from IIT Kharagpur, and now working in an educational institute called Sanjeevani Group of Institute. So we will be focusing on different aspects of these things. So let us continue with this. So bioenergetics means, firstly if we see the bioenergetics part, that is how this, just one second. Okay, now how this energy transformation occurs in case of our nature. This energy transformation is not dissimilar to any other phases of energy transformation. Just we need to understand what is the definition of energy and how it works. Definition of energy, or energy is just energy with respect to the first law of thermodynamics, that is we know that energy cannot be created nor be destroyed, it can only transform from one form to another. That is dealing with the first law of thermodynamics. So here we can also see that in case of our nature, all the energy sources are sun. So from the solar energy, this energy in the form of visible spectrum or in the form of visible ray, it will be, as we know that this is the energy, visible energy, it will be having some wavelength or frequency, and we know that according to the Planck's equation, that E equal to h and nu, where h is the Planck's constant, and from here we can say it is value of 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 in SI unit or SI value. From here we can say that this solar energy, this will be having some form of wait, just let me select. So this will be having some amount of energy. Here in case of us, energy is not being created in our nature, it is just coming from the sun and it is converted into different form of energy for our own utilization, for our own work done. For example, the solar energy, it is converted in us, in plants. First what plant do, plant, they go for one process over here. So first, what plant body does, they convert this solar energy inside the green cells of plants, and they convert this energy, solar energy, first into chemical energy. They firstly convert this solar energy into energy rich molecule, which is known as ATP, which is one kind of, we are just describing the brief over here, then we will be going for the detailed part. First, the solar energy is converted into ATP as the chemical form or the chemical energy. Then what is happening, this chemical energy in the form of ATP is converted into static energy and incorporated inside this C6H12O6, the very stable product for photosynthesis. So what we are seeing, that according to the first law of thermodynamics, that is energy, that is the conservation of energy law, energy cannot be created nor be destroyed. It can only transform from one part to another or one form to another. So we can see that here energy, this is in the form of solar energy or light energy. It is converting into ATP, the first chemical energetic form, and it is incorporated inside the glucose or food product or glucose. We know that this is a biomolecule, this is a monosaccharide, this is a aldohexose. So we will be going for in detail later on different chapter, what is glucose, what is the structure, etc, etc. So here what is happening, the chemical energy in the form of ATP is converted into static energy, and which is incorporated inside the glucose molecule. So this is one of the very important process from solar energy to this occurs during the photosynthesis mode, or the process known as an anabolic redox reaction. We will be going through the details, what is anabolic, what is redox, but just know the brief of the, know the utility of this chapter, that energy, bioenergetics means the energy flow, the all over almighty energy source is the sunlight, or this visible, or this sunlight, or this solar energy. Solar energy is converted into chemical energy inside ATP, and this chemical energy is converted into static energy inside glucose molecule, the first product in case of photosynthesis. Now photosynthesis is occurring inside the green cells or the chlorophyll containing cells, or in some prokaryotes. We will be discussing where photosynthesis occurs and with respect to how it is occurring. But here what is occurring, the solar energy converted into first chemical product, that is ATP, and ATP is converted into this ATP, the inner chemical energy inside ATP is converted into static energy inside the glucose molecule. Please students, don't go for that ATP is converting into glucose. ATP is not converting. The energetic form, chemical energy, is converted into static energy. Okay, and this static energy is incorporated inside the bonds of glucose. So then whenever this glucose molecule will be there, now this is formed during the photosynthesis in general green cells of us. But whenever we will be going for another form, that is the where what happens with this energy, when it is going for releasing, what finally this outcome of the static energy occurs. So we as this respiratory, we as this we are the consumers of plant part. So what we do, we just uptake glucose C6H12O6 or any other forms like proteins or carbohydrate, whatever. Then we will be using this oxygen molecule for respiration. We all take oxygen, and some of the organisms, they do not take oxygen. In them also, in the cellular way, this energy rich molecule, we know that glucose structure, it is having this aldehyde group, it is having this OH, H, there will be 6 carbon we need to draw. This we will be covering in your biomolecule chapter. Don't worry for this. But so I am always for you. I will be making separate videos regarding this. Don't take tension. And here it is. This whenever we will be going for this part, here it is, this is the glucose molecule. So there are a lot of bonds, and each bond there are a lot of energies incorporated within it. So what oxygen does, it oxidizes this glucose form to giving rise to CO2, to giving rise to H2O, and to giving rise to a lot amount of ATP or lot amount of this. In case of aerobic respiration, this 686 kilocalorie in the form of 38 molecule of ATP. So what is occurring in case of photosynthesis? This part, this glucose part, this the static energetic part, again it converted into kinetic energy. So this kinetic energy is then converted into our mechanical energy for our day-to-day activity. So this is the thing. So this is the energy cycle which is occurring directly from solar energy, then chemical energy inside the ATP, then it is converting into static energy, then it is converting, then we are taking that food, then in case of our body cells it is converting again into kinetic energy, and finally it is occurring inside, it is converted into mechanical energy for our day-to-day work function. So this is the main important thing. So this is the energy cycle which is known as the bioenergetic part in case of us. So we will be further elaborating. The first slide over here is dealing with the energy flow, that is it always go for maintaining the energy conservation law. Now whenever we will be going for the second part, the second slides, there will be, we will be starting the photosynthesis chapter, that is how the light energy or the solar energy is converted into chemical energy, that is ATP, and then we will be going for how this chemical energy is converted into static energy inside the glucose molecule. So if we say this, so we have started the photosynthesis chapter. Photosynthesis, the general view for photosynthesis is, it is a anabolic process. What is anabolic process? The process by which the dry mass of a particular individual is increases. The dry mass of the particular individual increases. It means in case of photosynthesis, we are talking about the green plants, or we are talking about the autotrophs. There are bacteria which perform photosynthesis. We will be dealing with them in the special cases. Now we are going for the common part. Okay, so common part, there it is, carbon dioxide. Plant takes 6 molecule of carbon dioxide with respect to 12 molecule of H2O, and they convert it into C6H12O6 with 6O2 as the byproduct plus 6H2O. And here what they are incorporating, that is the solar energy. It is uptaking from the sun, which are having E energy, which is formed by this equation, Planck's equation, that is E equal to H nu. This is the solar energy. In case of plant cell, there are chlorophyll, CHLORO PHYLL. This chlorophyll molecule help in transformation of the solar energy into chemical energy. We will be going for in detail what is photosynthesis and how it works. Now photosynthesis, with respect to your exam syllabus, photosynthesis is a anabolic process. Matlab, anabolic matlab by which the dry weight is increased. Here we are getting outside sources carbon dioxide and outside sources water molecule, and inside the plant cell this C6H12O6 is formed. We know how to calculate the molecular weight. C6H12O6. Bacho, how to calculate the molecular weight? Carbon is having atomic weight 12. So here how much atoms are there? Total 6 atoms are there. So molecular weight will be here, that is 12 into 6 plus 1, hydrogen having atomic weight as 1 into 12 plus oxygen having atomic weight 16 into 6. If we calculate this, we will be finding it as 180 gram of molecular weight. So here molecular weight, here carbon dioxide will be having molecular weight of 44. Water will be having individual molecule, I'm saying, will be having molecular weight of 18. I'm not talking about 6 molecule of carbon dioxide, I'm talking about 1 molecule of carbon dioxide, which will be having molecular weight as 44 gram. It will be having molecular weight of 18 grams. So this, we are collecting it from outside, that is the plant is collecting it from outside, but they are having this formed glucose inside and these are being stored. So what happens, as carbon dioxide and water are collected from outside, but the glucose is formed inside the cells, and this glucose are being stored inside the plant body or used for their own food. That's why this is known as anabolic process, because this process helps in increasing the dry weight. Okay, now it is a redox reaction. What is the redox reaction? Redox reaction is one type of reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. So we will be detailing this in detail discuss the redox reaction now regarding this. So in detail there are this redox reaction. Just let me erase this part first. So if it is redox reaction, now if we say that here 6 molecule of CO2 with the help of 12 molecule of H2O, it is giving rise to C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2. Now, if we want to understand the redox reaction, then we need to go for where oxidation and where reduction is occurring. So from here to here in examination, it is asked here to here reduction process is occurring, and from here to here this oxidation process is occurring. Now what is oxidation? Suppose this is a element, if it is releasing its electron and convert it into a positive, then it is known as oxidation. And if another element is uptaking this electron, then it is known as and becoming negative charge, then this process is known as reduction, this process is known as oxidation. So in case of photosynthesis, this carbon dioxide is reduced and water molecule is oxidized. So at one time both oxidation and reduction process is going on, that's why it is known as a redox reaction. So how much we have completed? Photosynthesis is a chemical process, is a biochemical process by which the solar energy, which is known as the almighty source of energy. So this solar, in case of our nature, this solar energy is transformed into first chemical energy in the form of ATP, and then that chemical energy is transformed into this inside the glucose molecule as static energy. And whenever we need energy, this static energy is converting into in case of our cells, it is converting into this chemical energy with the help of oxygen, chemical kinetic energy we can say, with the help of oxygen, and this chemical kinetic energy again in the form of ATP. And we discussed the initial phase of photosynthesis, that is it is a redox reaction and it is an anabolic process. Now where this photosynthesis occurs? Normally photosynthesis occurs in the green cells. In the green cells means those cells which are having, sorry for this, those cells which are having this chloroplast, those cells which are having the chloroplast, chloroplast cell organelle. So chloroplast, inside the chloroplast we will be see there are this structure, this ring structures here and here and here. So this is connected with this, and this is a double membrane structure. Okay bachcho, ye. So this total is known as grana, grana, in which one particular is known as thylakoid, thylakoid, and this is known as stroma lamellae. This is not that much important. Stroma lamellae, lamellae, and this matrix, this fluid part is known as the stroma. Now what is happening over here? In case of photosynthesis there are two phases. The first phase is known as the light reaction phases, or the light phase, and the second phase is known as the dark phase, or the dark reaction phases. So light reaction occurs inside this grana or granal thylakoid, and dark reaction occurs inside this stroma. So we will be in detail understand what is dark reaction, what is light reaction, and how these are formed. We are now just briefly understanding what is this, and we will be going for in detail what is light reaction, what is dark reaction, and with respect to all this parts. Now just let me move for the next slide, and then we will be going for the next part. Now if we come for the next slide over here, this is the total reaction of photosynthesis, what we have described. That this carbon dioxide, this is, then we discuss that whenever it is converting into this, reduction is occur, reduction, and whenever the water molecule is converted into oxygen, oxidation occurs. It is asked in examination. Now in examination it is also asked the source of different atoms inside glucose. So glucose के अंदर जो कार्बन होता है उसका सोर्स होता है एटमॉस्फेरिक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कार्बन. ग्लूकोज के अंदर जो हाइड्रोजन प्रेजेंट होता है उसका सोर्स होता है एटमॉस्फेरिक वाटर मॉलिक्यूल. ग्लूकोज के अंदर जो ऑक्सीजन का सोर्स होता है उसका ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल होता है उसका सोर्स होता है एटमॉस्फेरिक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. और ये जो ऑक्सीजन होता है ना, ये टोटल ऑक्सीजन, इसका सोर्स होगा ये वाला, इसका सोर्स हो जाएगा, ये पूरा ऑक्सीजन का सोर्स बन जाएगा एटमॉस्फेयर, सॉरी, एनवायरनमेंट से जो H2O कलेक्ट होता है फोटोसिंथेसिस के थ्रू वो. सो ये क्वेश्चन बहुत आता है कि जो प्रोडक्ट बन रहा है उसके अंदर डिफरेंट एटम्स का सोर्स क्या है. सो हम लोगों को सिर्फ चैप्टर ही नहीं पढ़ना है, हम लोगों को क्वेश्चन कैसे करना है ये भी आना चाहिए. क्वेश्चन कैसे आता है उसका आंसर भी निकलना आना चाहिए. सो दिस आर द डिफरेंट पार्ट्स. सो इफ वी गो फॉर फर्दर इलांगेशन, यहाँ पे ये अच्छा, और दो चीज है जो यहाँ पे हमें समझना है कि फोटोसिंथेसिस में क्या हो रहा है कि सोलर एनर्जी में बार बार बोल रहा हूँ कि दिस इज अ एनर्जी. फोटोसिंथेसिस इज नथिंग बट अ एनर्जी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेस अकॉर्डिंग टू द थर्मोडायनेमिक फर्स्ट लॉ. क्या है कि एनर्जी कैन नॉट बी क्रिएटेड नॉर बी डिस्ट्रॉयड, इट इज जस्ट चेंजिंग इनटू वन फॉर्म टू अनदर. So this solar energy from here, solar energy having energy in the form of H nu, where H is the Planck's constant and nu is the visible spectrum, or this is, sorry, nu is the frequency of that particular wave. फ्रीक्वेंसी होता है दैट पर्टिकुलर वेव. एंड नाउ वी नो दैट जितना फ्रीक्वेंसी बढ़ेगा एनर्जी भी उतना बढ़ेगा, एंड फ्रीक्वेंसी इज डिस्प्रोपोर्शनल टू द वेवलेंथ. जिसका वेवलेंथ ज्यादा होगा उसका एनर्जी कम होगा, जिसका फ्रीक्वेंसी ज्यादा होगा उसका एनर्जी भी ज्यादा होगा. एंड क्लोरोफिल है यहाँ पे. क्लोरोफिल के अंदर क्या है कि ये पूरा का पूरा कन्वर्शन, एनर्जी कन्वर्शन क्लोरोफिल के अंदर बन रहा है. यहाँ से एटीपी बन रहा है, एंड दैट एटीपी is converting into static energy, और ये स्टैटिक एनर्जी ग्लूकोज के अंदर इनकॉर्पोरेटेड हो रहा है। प्लीज मैं ये बार बार बोल रहा हूँ बच्चों की एटीपी कभी ग्लूकोज में कन्वर्ट नहीं होता। एटीपी इज अ एनर्जी, इसके अंदर जो एनर्जेटिक फॉर्म होता है वो स्टैटिक एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट होता है, एंड दैट इज इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इनसाइड द ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल। सो दिस इज द फेज और दिस इज द पार्ट। उसके बाद we have completed the basic part of photosynthesis. In next video we will be going for the elaborate part of different phases. Just let me give you one clear view. Photosynthesis mein there are two phases, that is the light phase. The first phase is the light phase, जो कहाँ होता है हमने डिस्कस किया था, those are happening inside the grana or granal thylakoid, जिसके अंदर क्या होता है, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, दो सोलर एनर्जी होता है ना, इलेक्ट्रॉन सोलर एनर्जी कन्वर्टेड इनटू इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एनर्जी फर्स्ट, और ये इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एनर्जी अपने अप हिल जर्नी से जब डाउन हिल जर्नी, व्हाट वी नो दैट इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर हैविंग डिफरेंट ऑर्बिटल्स, द ग्राउंड स्टेट, द डिफरेंट हाई एनर्जेटिक स्टेट, व्हेन इट गेन्स एनर्जी, सो इलेक्ट्रॉन अपने ग्राउंड स्टेट से ऊपर वाले स्टेट में आ जाता है, एंड फ्रॉम, अगर ऊपर वाले हाई एनर्जेटिक स्टेट से ये फिर से ग्राउंड स्टेट में आना चाहे तो ये certain amount of energy it will be releasing again in the form of that E. So क्या होता है लाइट एनर्जी में, कुछ क्लोरोफिल मॉलिक्यूल से, एंड क्लोरोफिल मॉलिक्यूल ये वाटर को हाइड्रोलाइज करके या फिर लाइट एनर्जी के थ्रू ये वाटर हाइड्रोलाइज होके ऑक्सीजन बनता है, इस वाटर मॉलिक्यूल से इलेक्ट्रॉन आता है और वो क्लोरोफिल, डोंट वरी हम ये इन डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे, वो इलेक्ट्रॉन क्लोरोफिल के अंदर आता है, एंड विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस सोलर एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रॉन जम्प्स फ्रॉम इट्स ग्राउंड एनर्जेटिक स्टेट टू अपर एनर्जेटिक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्टेट। वहां से जब ये फिर से वापस आता है अपने सेम एनर्जेटिक स्टेट में, यहाँ से एनर्जी बाहर रिलीज होता है, उस एनर्जी के थ्रू एडीपी 1,2 phosphate containing compound, with the help of 1 phosphate it is converting into ATP, and this is occurring in a very complex manner, but we will be understanding directly ऐसा नहीं होता, प्रोटॉन पंपिंग की वजह से ये होता है। सो एनर्जी, इलेक्ट्रॉन जब अप हिल से डाउन हिल तक आता है, वो हाई एनर्जेटिक स्टेट से लो एनर्जेटिक स्टेट में, इट विल बी रिलीजिंग एनर्जी, और उसके like that energy is used for the transmission of protons inside, accumulation of the protons, and that proton pumping helps in transformation of ADP and phosphate into ATP. So this is one of the important part we will be understanding, and light reaction का सबसे सबसे important part है हमारे ecosystem for our own living, that is it is giving us oxygen. Oxygen is giving us the oxidizing condition in nature, it is giving us oxygen, it is giving us the through water, oxygen कैसे मिलता है, H2 hydrolysis करके, and it is giving us through light energy, we will be getting ATP, we will be getting NADH, and this ATP and NADH will be used in next form of part or next phase, that is the dark phase of photosynthesis, जहाँ पे carbon dioxide is reduced into this 6 molecule of CO2 is reduced into C6H12O6 with the help of ATP. So ATP का जो एनर्जी है वो ग्लूकोज के अंदर स्टैटिक एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा. We will be seeing that part, light energy, dark energy in detail in a next video. So hope you all understood. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me directly. My WhatsApp number will be there, and also I will be sharing one also comment section for this. So if you are having any problem or any doubt, you can ask me directly. And these two chapters, I'm again saying, this photosynthesis and respiration chapter is not only important for NEET, not only important for only +2 level of entrance examinations, it is also important for questions are also asked from different job sections as well, or different for competitive exams as well, from this two chapters. So we will be completing the light and dark phases of photosynthesis later. Till now, thank you for watching, and have a safe and have a good weekend. Thank you.